Your mask stinks. Try some mask Sprite. Do you find air at night with CPAP leaking out of your mouth? This is called a mouth leak. If you're doing this at night with CPAP, this is completely destroying the quality of sleep you should be receiving when you're on CPAP. Mouth leaks are extremely common. It is something that I deal with on a nightly basis, and I'm constantly looking for other solutions and better solutions to solving the mouth leaking problem. Hey, my name is Jason. Welcome to my channel, The Lanky Lefty 27, and I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist, and I also wear CPAP at night. So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
You're not subscribed to this channel,
Are you? And if you are subscribed to this channel, you don't have the bell notifications on. How embarrassing is that for me? Of all the people that watch my videos, like almost none of them are subscribed. So my 36,000 subscribers might look impressive, but none of you are watching, probably because you're not receiving notifications of new videos that come out. So please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that bell notification so that you know the second I upload anything and you don't miss out on any video that may be helpful. Now, a product that I recently became aware of is Somnifix. So in reviewing the ad that they have, I actually find the ad very misleading. Let me stop you here before you think I'm gonna be against this product. I actually really like Somnifix. I'm gonna show you why. But first, let's look at their advertisement and what they're actually saying that this product can do.
Somnifix gently and comfortably holds your mouth closed to encourage you to breathe through your nose rather than your mouth to get a restful and snore-free night of sleep.
With nasal CPAP, this makes perfect sense, but without CPAP on, this is just dumb.
Other products are invasive, uncomfortable, or simply don't work.
Oh my God, please stop using this without CPAP. It is not going to prevent an upper airway collapse. For use with CPAP, it makes perfect sense. Without CPAP, it's idiotic. Does anyone else think this looks like Maria Shriver and Barack Obama in bed? That's weird.
Somnifix reduces snores by 72% on average,
Okay, maybe, but so does asphyxiation.
improves CPAP compliance, and makes dry mouth a thing of the past.
They're saying that this is gonna help breathing. Well, if someone has sleep apnea, I don't think it's gonna help breathing at all. In fact, it's gonna make it more difficult. It's encouraging you to breathe through your nose, but if you have an obstruction, it doesn't matter if you're breathing through your nose or not. You're actually gonna feel like you're gonna suffocate because when you do need to take in a large volume of air, your mouth isn't gonna be open. Your mouth isn't gonna be able to open up and take in that large volume of air that you need. If you have something like a deviated septum or chronic nasal congestion, this is also just gonna exacerbate it and you're gonna feel like you're drowning and suffocating, and I don't think that's a good thing at all. However, if we're talking about keeping your mouth closed, I'm gonna show you exactly what I found. I found Somnifix to work extremely well. I'm gonna demonstrate that right now. But first, let me try to sell you something. Look, you can buy Somnifix, but why buy it for $20 for $28 when you can get it for $14 for $28? Head on over to the sponsor of this video, cheapcpapsupplies.com/lefty, and take a look at Somnifix. Hey, we don't pay full price around here. Add it to your cart and now edit your cart. Look at this, VIP 30 is gonna get you $6 off. You can also try Lefty 16 or even CPAP 20. If you use a nasal pillow mask or a nasal mask, Somnifix is really gonna help you control that mouth leak. This will help you improve your sleep, but cheapcpapsupplies.com is not a one-trick pony. They sell every kind of mask, every kind of machine, all kinds of supplies. Many of the masks they offer with no prescription required. You can qualify through your insurance, and they also offer a 30-day mask guarantee. And if that doesn't excite you, check out this sale tab. Look at this, using discount code VIP30, you can get a box of Somnifix as well as a ResMed AirSense 10 Auto Sit with humidifier for under $400. That, my friend, is a great price.
Wow, that's a good price!
Check out the sponsor of this video, cheapcpapsupplies.com. So some of you are already aware there's several ways to try to combat mouth leaking. So what happens when you have mouth leaking when you're on CPAP? The whole point of CPAP is continuous positive airway pressure. You need the airway to continually have positive pressure, meaning it's pushing out so that your airway doesn't collapse. Your airway collapsing is sleep apnea. That's what got you into this mess in the first place. That's why you're using CPAP. So if your airway does not have that same continuous positive air pressure, it's going to collapse. And if your mouth opens, the pressure drops, your airway is allowed to collapse. And if the pressure is dropping because your mouth is opening, we need to solve the mouth opening problem. Some of the things that I found to work in the past and that I advocate for are a double-sided boil and bite mouth guard. Also, a soft cervical collar work really, really well. Chin straps are also touted as being able to help, but I've never found success with them in the lab or even on myself. Using heated humidity can help as well. It doesn't physically keep your mouth closed, but what it does do is during the night, if you start off and you don't have a mouth leak and you're just breathing dry air, non-humidified air, your sinuses can get really dry and then they can become inflamed. Then at that point, you have to breathe through your mouth, and that's when your mouth pops open. So using heated humidity can help keep your sinuses from becoming congested and from becoming irritated, and that can help with the mouth leaking. Other people use taping. I have a video on taping your mouth. You might want to check it out. But I found Somnifix to be a better way to tape the mouth shut, and I'll show you that right now. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these on, and then I'll tell you about my experience using it. Inside each box are 28 of these, so it'll basically get you a month worth. You can get them for $14 if you use my sponsor. I see them for $20 elsewhere. That's actually the cost of them through my sponsor. But if you use the discount codes I have down below, you can save a lot more than that. So when I use these on consecutive nights, using with and without Somnifix, I found that I had mouth leaking on the nights I didn't use it, and I didn't have mouth leaking on the nights that I did use it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a graphic of that right now using Oscar, which is the open source CPAP analysis reporter. I'm gonna show you several nights of my Oscar data. If you're not familiar with Oscar, you can download it for free at sleepfiles.com/Oscar. It's a quick download. It's for PC and Mac as well. All right, let's show you the misery first. This is one night of absolute misery. Now me, just like many others, will have mouth leaking while you enter REM sleep. And how do I know I'm in REM sleep? It's typically about an hour to an hour and a half after sleep onset. So pretty much right about in this area is when you'd expect it. My mouth leak opens up so much that I have beef jerky tongue, and I just call it quits after like 2 hours. Complete fail. And this was without using Somnifix. Now, this is my second night of complete failure. And you can see I wore it much longer this time, although I still have this mouth leaking about every 90 minutes, about every time I enter REM sleep. Other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. Looks good there. It looks good for this long period here. Respirations are great, although I'm clearly being deprived of REM sleep. I'm getting knocked out of it. We see this huge mouth leaking event start right here that lasts quite a while. We see this other period here. Looks like another REM period. Then I have another likely REM period right here, like right during the wake up process. We'll look at one more miserable night here. This one I barely make it over 3 hours. You can see on every single one of these nights, my AHI is extremely low. So if your physician or respiratory therapist were monitoring you, they would say, hey, you're doing just fine, just keep up the good work. But clearly, if I were this person, I'm having highly disrupted REM sleep. So here's another period of these high leak spikes. But the AHI looks great. And you can just look at this and see how disruptive it is to my sleep. All right, let's look at some good nights. These are the nights I used Somnifix. So this is a night that I did use Somnifix. You can see right here, I did have an apnea that's being recorded. We'll take a look at that. But you can see that this is about 90 minutes out, and I had really not much to speak of. Let's take a look and see. Looks like I had a couple of legitimate apneas right here. So actually there really was no leaking to speak of. My next REM period should be around here. You see another period of breathing turmoil. And it looks like I could actually use a pressure increase at this point. But again, no leaking, so leaking is not the issue at this point. Let's take a look at one more day using Somnifix. And again, we see another really good night with Somnifix. Right here we have just a few leak spikes, but mostly it looks like pretty solid consolidated sleep. Now, if you'd like for me to do a PAP therapy data analysis with you using Oscar, you can check that out on my other website, which is axgsleepdiagnostics.com. So you can see from my Oscar data, it's actually very effective in keeping my mouth closed. My sleep quality was definitely improved from those nights because my mouth wasn't popping open continuously. I also didn't wake up with a dry mouth in the morning and a raspy throat. Here's how you put this on. First, you peel off the paper. It's almost exactly like opening up a Band-Aid pack. Then there's this fibrous material here, which is the actual Somnifix. You want to pull off the hard plastic layer, which basically is adhesive, and you can see it has that small opening there. So you can still sort of breathe out of it. It's definitely not going to bring you a ton of comfort as far as breathing out of it. But it's enough to let you get a little bit of air leakage through there in case you do need to breathe. Now this is intended to go on and stay on, but I found I actually was able to use the same one for 3 nights in a row and it still maintained its stickiness. You definitely have to have a clean face. And guys, if you have a beard or any facial hair, I had like leave-in light stubble. It just really does not stick well with that. You do have to be clean shaven with it. So if that's an issue for you, this isn't gonna work. But if you're cool with shaving and having no facial hair like I do right now, you're gonna have a much greater chance at success with it. So what it says to do is purse your lips together and then put it on. Once I purse my lips and put it on, I'm immediately gonna try it again with CPAP with the 10 centimeters of water pressure. I'm gonna actively try to make it leak and see if I can do that. Yes, I'm extremely cheap. I saved the plastic backing that you pull it off. I just put it back on when I was done, made sure I had a clean face for the next night, and I was able to use it, like I said, 3 nights in a row with no problem. Yes, I'm that cheap. So I did find Somnifix to be extremely helpful in controlling mouth leaking with a nasal or a nasal pillow style mask. If you're using a full face mask, I tried it with that as well. I did not find it to be very comfortable or effective because when you have a full face mask on, you are kind of using it because you need to breathe through your mouth. So I found it very uncomfortable when using it for that. But as far as nasal pillow and a nasal mask, I found it to be extremely comfortable and extremely effective. As you saw in my demonstration, I was actively trying to make my mouth leak and I couldn't do it. I could make my cheeks puff. That's about all I could do. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, please hit the bell notification so you see every time I upload a video. Okay, if you'd like to help this channel out at all, you can always do a one-time PayPal donation. I really appreciate that. You can also sign up to become a Patreon subscriber. Look, through Patreon, I really don't offer that many more perks. It's just a way for you to donate something monthly if you enjoy my content and think it's worthwhile. Another thing you can do is purchase Mask Bright from my website, maskbright.com, as well as through Amazon. If you have a dirty, stinky mask, Mask Bright is a super quick and easy and effective way to clean your mask. And lastly, if you're ever purchasing anything at all from Amazon, please use my Amazon affiliate link. You can find it on my forum, which is freecpapadvice.com/forum. You can find it in the description box down below, as you can find all links to everything I just mentioned. But if you do purchase anything from Amazon, click the link, it'll take you there. Buy whatever you need, anytime you need it, share it with your friends. You don't end up paying anything more, but I get a referral fee. And so just know that as an Amazon affiliate, I earn on all qualified purchases of the stuff that you and your friends buy. I would appreciate you checking it out. And I definitely appreciate your viewership, so thank you very much for watching. And at this point, fill up the comment section. Has Somnifix helped you out at all? Has it solved your mouth leaking problem? Have you used it for anything? I'm really curious what your thoughts are on it. As always, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to anyone watching this video, but an extra special thank you to my top level Patreon supporters. Thanks buddy to Alan Liu, Stuart Hetherington, and Mona Swearingen. Thank you and thanks buddy. Please consider using my Amazon affiliate link down in the description box below.